Tony, you've got 4 kids. Lupe, you have 4 surviving children.
That's correct.
Listen, you're the parents. Why shouldn't you be totally responsible for what your kids are doing wrong and right?
Well, I feel that the parents should be totally responsible for what their kids do, because from infancy, the parent is taking care of this child, nurturing this child, changing this child's diaper, bringing things to this child, educating this child, and between the age of what I've seen, 12 and 18, there's some type of problem. The parents are working, or they're not paying enough attention to the kids, or the kids are just not paying attention to the children.
You guys, do you pay attention to your parents? Do you think your parents are totally in control of you?
To some extent, yes.
Are your parents here?
Yeah.
Okay, well, she's being... in what ways are your parents not in control of you?
When they're not with me. When I'm in school, they have no control over me, and they have no idea what I do. But they trust in me that I'm doing the correct thing.
Marisa, are your parents totally in control of you?
No, not at all.
Not at all?
No.
Is that good or bad?
No, it's good because it means they trust me enough to control myself. They've been there and they've given it to me enough so that even when I'm not in their presence or not in their house, I'm enough of me.
I totally agree with Tony, what he said. I do believe that parents have the responsibility to bring up our children right, but we also need to teach our children that we absolutely love them. At some point in time, I think we stop hugging and kissing them, and I think this is when they start going away from us, and we have to continue.
You're right. I'm going to give you a hug right now.
No matter what they do, we should always encourage them and hug them and tell them we love them, and especially when they start getting at that age between 12 and up.
But listen, you know, in today's world, I mean, when I was a kid, we didn't have rap videos with using what would be considered vulgar language. We didn't have the type of guns that were out on the streets. It was a different world. It's a different world for the kids today. Do you think it's harder for a parent today to control their kids?
Yes.
Absolutely.
You think so? What do you think, Carvel?
Of course.
From what you've heard about the old days.
From the old days, all the children would do is listen to their parents, listen to their brothers and sisters. Their brothers and sisters would be their friends. But now, this generation, children are more listening. They're listening more to their friends than their parents because it's the cool thing to do.
You think it's a cool thing to do?
Yeah.
I don't think it's a cool thing to do. I think a lot of kids think that way. And then also, if a child doesn't get guidance from their parents, they're going to get it from wherever they can.
Exactly.
Which is their friends or
Carlos,
anyone hanging around.
I think that kids today are spoiled, basically.
Yeah.
We spoil our kids
yes.
Yeah.
because we let them, we give them everything they want. We don't hold anything back from them. If they want something.
Did you spoil your kids?
Yes, I did.
Is that good?
It's good because I know that my son will turn 18 this year and he's going to college to become a doctor. I did my job. I raised him the way he should grow up, with rules, with discipline. I made sure that he knew that there was a consequence for every choice he made.
Okay, so you
But you know what, too? You know, they say that the children, you said that they're more spoiled now. Well, you know, we grew up during the 60s, which was the generation that totally got out of hand. But you know what? We had the help of the schools, and we had the help of outside society to help us or help parents bring us up. But right now, the schools are just totally liberal. They just let the children get away with everything.
Not our school.
The schools are allowing kids to do whatever they want.
You don't think you get away with
But you're in a magnet school. That's a big difference. Why aren't all the school magnet schools? That's what I'd like to know.
Well, I've always been isolated from public school. I grew up going to a private
This is exactly what I'm saying.
She's muy pop-off.
No, we need more magnet schools. We need more of the back to traditions, back to basics. We don't need the public schools the way they are. The public schools are doing our children a disservice.
Do you guys know what's going on with Prop 21 where kids are now going to be tried like made a lot more? What do you think about that? What do you think about a kid who's 13 or 14? Maybe his mother was never home. He lived with, you know, in an area that was not good. No one encouraged him to study. He comes across a gun. Someone threatens him. He has a gun. Is that kid responsible? He wasn't responsible for all the elements that made him to what he is. What do you think about that, Marisa?
I don't think he's responsible, not completely and totally. I think it should be the person who, you know, kids don't come across guns. They don't grow on the grass. Someone has to give a child a gun.
But in parts of L.A., the guns are almost
Guns are readily available throughout the county of Los Angeles. There's a case now where a 6-year-old kills another 6-year-old. And they're taking someone in custody behind that murder, and it's a 17-year-old adult who has shown this kid that it's okay to sell drugs, it's okay to beat someone up, it's okay to use a gun in anger, which is ridiculous.
We'll be back with more Cafe California. That is a real tragedy. Because, I mean, how can this kid have any concept of what he did?